Hey y'all, it's Charlene Bond of Prolific Expressions, Web Design and Digital Marketing. Thank you so much for checking out this course. I really appreciate it. You're interested in Facebook ads. So I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook ad campaign within 30 minutes. In this lesson, we're going to focus on a Facebook ad campaign that generates traffic to your website, landing page, or sales funnel. So if you have a website landing page or a sales funnel and you want to drive traffic to it to convert a lead or make a sale, this lesson is for you. Before we get started, you may be wondering who I am. So let me introduce myself. My name is Charlene Bond, and I'm founder and creative director for Prolific Expressions, Web Design, and Digital Marketing. I've been designing for the web since 2006. That was around the time when MySpace was really big. And so that's how I got my start designing graphics and coding layouts for people on MySpace. That led me to be more interested in code and to further my passion for art design and technology in website design and development. So, my agency, we currently maintain, host, manage, and support a little bit over 30 websites. And we specialize in WordPress. So that's a little bit about me. But you came here to learn about Facebook ads and how to create that campaign. So without further ado, let's get started.
Charlene Bond from Prolific Expressions Web Design, and today we are going to be walking through how to use Facebook Business Manager to set up a ad campaign. So let's get started. You'll want to go to business.facebook.com, which I have here, business.facebook.com. Once you go to business.facebook.com, it will take you to your business manager here. To get to our ad account, we'll need to go down here to where it says add accounts. And I have this one selected here where it says Mommy Market dash ad. So we select that. All right. And then it takes you to your ads manager. The ads manager is where you will need to create all your Facebook ads. This is ads for traffic, ads for awareness. All your ads should be created in Ads Manager. It should not be created under your personal Facebook page. So the first step we need to do to create an ad is we'll hit create right here. Once we hit create, it takes us to create a new ad campaign. For the marketing objective, we're going to use traffic, but we have a few options here. We have awareness, consideration, conversion. Most people use traffic. For brand awareness, there is a lot of people that use this one here for awareness, but we want traffic because for this specific objective, we're going to want our audience to go to our website or a landing page. So click traffic. Then we go down here, we have where we can name our campaign. Okay, so pretty much the Facebook ads is made up of 3 different sections. You have your ad campaign, you have your ad set, and then you have your ad assets, which would be the images and graphics or video that you use, the content that you use. So right now we're in the campaign section under the objective. For campaign name, we're going to name it sales, no, landing page. I'm going to name it shop landing page, actually, because the website is an e-commerce site and we want people to be attracted to the shop. We want to send people to the shop. So that's where we're going to put shop landing page dash traffic. We leave dash traffic there so we'll know how to identify the campaign type. Okay, next it asks here to set up an ad account. Now, If you don't have an ad account set up, it will ask that. So let's see here. Okay, so to set up an ad account, a lot of people, they set up the ad account before doing the ad campaign. But for this case, we're going to go ahead and set up the ad account in the ad campaign. So we have your ad country, we have United States, currency, US dollars, and our time zone is Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to hit continue. Okay, now it takes us to the ad set section where we define our audience and the budget and schedule that we want the ad to follow. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we are going to go down here to create a new audience. Now for the audience, I highly recommend to use a customer avatar or a buyer persona. You should know who your exact customer is and who you want to attract with this specific campaign. So under create new audience, I am going to select the location. Okay, so I'm going to select the location. Under locations, the first thing you want to make sure you do is we're going to select this drop down and select people living in this location, because we want to target people living in the specific location. We don't want to target anyone that has recently visited or is just traveling through. So select people living in this location. Okay, now, right now it's already targeted for the United States, but we're going to change this a bit. So I want to target Nashville, Tennessee. So you just type in the city and state, and then here we're going to increase this radius area to 50 miles. And in this section here, we can pretty much include any country we want, any city, any state, regions, saved locations. We can put anything there. But for us right now, we're going to just target Nashville, Tennessee. Next, we're going to go down here to age. Now, the age range that we want to target is 25 through 34. Next, we go to genders. The gender for this campaign will be women because we want to target women. Next, we get into our detailed targeting, and this is pretty much where the fun begins and why it's important to have a customer avatar or a buyer persona. Okay, so I have a buyer persona here for this specific campaign. And so what I'm going to do is put in, so pretty much who our buyer persona is, we're going to call her Nursing Nancy. And Nursing Nancy is a mom between the age of 25 and 34. And yeah, so Nursing Nancy, she's between the age of 25 and 34. She is married. And so what we want to do is we want to target every characteristic that she is. So she's married, she has newborns and toddlers. She's going to live in Nashville, which we've already selected the location. And there are some goals and challenges that she faces that in her customer avatar that would help with targeting and also figuring out what type of products we can offer her in the future for our company. But for this Facebook ad, we're going to use it to target and really discover what pages she might be liking on Facebook. Now, when we target her, we want to be as narrow as possible. So for your customer avatar, when you're targeting Facebook ads, you don't want to be broad. So, for instance, Nursing Nancy, we don't want to include a targeting or interest in something that every mom would like. So we want to pretty much narrow it down so we can get exact with who we're targeting. So Nursing Nancy will definitely have newborns and toddlers. She's probably going to have read books like What to Expect When You're Expecting. She's probably going to be a fan of Dr. James Dobson, which every mother may not know who Dr. James Dobson is, but the specific avatar person and mother that we're trying to attract will know who Dr. James Dobson is. And this pretty much saves the time for having people attracted, having your ad shared with people who really won't buy from your site or may not be interested in your products. So in this section here, we want to include characteristics that Nursing Nancy would be interested in. So, for instance, the book, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and there it is, it pops up, and it shows you that this has an audience size of 4 million. So there's a lot of mothers interested in that book, but we'll narrow it out here in a sec. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some other characteristics. Motherhood, coupons, because Nursing Nancy, she is a thrifty shopper. Parenting, online shopping, James Dobson, author of the book, What to Expect When You're Expecting. And we can see that he has 2 million people that has liked his page or interested in him and knows who he is. So his book is actually double that of what on popularity, on how popular he is. His book is double. Weddings, children's clothing, so in this section we can also get more detailed. So there's a section for engaged shoppers, and we have demographics, interests, and behavior. So this is all the stuff that we can actually search for and target to have Facebook advertise to people that match these characteristics. I want to look for engaged shopper here. And then in the description, we can see here that says an engaged shopper is people who have clicked on the call to action button, shop now, in the past week. And so we want to make sure we have that as an option, because that means that they're going to more than likely click on a link that for our ad. Okay, now that we have the first part here, this is your and part. So this means that Nursing Nancy can be an engaged shopper and any of this here. We're going to select narrow audience because we want to really target who Nursing Nancy is. And in this section, this is the section where you add what your customer avatar must match. So here, Nursing Nancy can match motherhood, but she must match whatever we put here. And so I'll give you a better example. Let's say we want to make sure that she is married. And if we click here on the little information icon, it shows us that a narrow audience, it's so adding the first option will decrease the size of your audience. And then each new option that you add will increase it from there. So the first option decreases to narrow it down. And then when you add more in that section, it increases the size. And so over here, we can see the audience size and the estimated daily results based on what we've already targeted. So if I delete this real quick, we'll see the numbers change. And now if I put it back, we see how it's impacted. So it has narrowed that down. Okay, but I also want to include single as a relationship status for her. She must be a new parent. And here we can find new parents 0 to 12 months. So she has really young children, and that is great. We want to target that. We also want to target parents with preschoolers. And we want to target parents with toddlers. So Nursing Nancy will definitely fit one of these, into one of these categories, or maybe even more than one of these categories. Okay, now, so I went ahead and added the household income too, which can be found if you select browse, demographics. There's a lot of options we can select here to really narrow down and target who we want to advertise to on Facebook. Okay. So as we go down, before we go down, we want to make sure that we name our audience and save it. So make sure you hit the save button. If you do not save this audience, it will be lost and you will have to create a whole new audience again and again and again. So save this audience. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And I am going to name this audience after the targeting. So Nashville, ages 25 to 34, mothers, income 25 to 50%. Then we hit save. Okay, now if we scroll back up, we see that it has saved our audience. Over here on the audience size, we can see the potential. So the potential reach is 120,000 people. And we have the reach, daily reach, and the daily link clicks. But this is all based off of what we have put in here so far, and also the budget down here, which is where we're going to get to next. So I recommend having a budget, a daily budget of at least $5. You will hear a lot of YouTubers and so-called gurus and social media gurus say that you can start with as little as $1 a day. And that is absolutely true. You can start with as little as $1 a day. However, from my experience, you do not get the an adequate number of results like you would if you spent if you had a higher budget, a higher daily budget. And so I've seen results with as little as $5 a day, good results with as little as $5 a day. And so that's what I recommend. But we're going to do 6. And once we put in 6, we can see that our number has changed over here on the daily results. Now, Another thing I want to do is make sure that the optimization for the ad delivery is correct. So our campaign, what we're going to do is we're going to want our customer to click on the link and actually look at the landing page, the website that we want them to shop from. So right now we have link clicks. And what this is Facebook will deliver the ads to people most likely to click on them. Landing page views is what we really want, because we want our customer or our potential customer to click on the link, but also go to the page, view the page, and that gives a more likely experience for her to buy from the page. So you can see right here it says landing page views. Facebook will deliver your ads to people who are more likely to click on your ads link and load the website or instant experience. So that's the one I want. And you can also see the change here. Now, another good optimization is the link clicks. So you can pretty much decide which one you want, and maybe even do some A/B testing to compare which option works better for you. Actually, I think in this case, we're going to select link clicks. I decided to select link clicks because we have more results here. Okay, so now we want to make sure we show our ads to the right people. For this, I recommend checking to manually decide where you want your ad shown, because this here has a mix of photos and video placements. And if you do not have any video, you don't want to waste your advertising money on placements that is made for video. And so make sure you go in here and turn these off when necessary. So let's make sure we click Facebook, Messenger, and we're going to also click Instagram. You don't have to have a Instagram page to advertise to Instagram through Facebook. It's on the same platform. And so, it will still advertise your ad without you having an Instagram page. But an Instagram page may be good for you to have depending on your business and what you're trying to advertise and where your customers are, which social media platforms they're on. Okay, next we're going to go back down here and actually let's go back to the top, because we have to name our ad set. The way that I recommend naming your ad set is by copying your audience name and pasting it here in the top. Now we can go down here and just confirm everything. You can select your start date, or you can just run your ad continuously. Okay, now we're going to select continue. Okay, now we're getting into the ad and creative. This is where our assets, and when I say assets, I mean content like your image and your video will be. And so for this ad, we're going to select a single image. And then we are going to go here to media, select add media, add image. Okay, now I am going to upload an image here of toilet paper, because that is what we will be advertising to our audience. Now, I selected the single image, but I think for this campaign, I actually want to do a carousel image. So the single image is here, but we can delete that. Then we can go up here and then change the format to carousel. Okay, and here's where we can select the carousel image. The toilet paper image is there, so we're going to select that. Then our next image will be our logo. Okay, so that image failed because it was too big. Select that one. Actually, so it seems to be glitching a little bit. Let's try this again. Okay. For some reason, images aren't loading. Okay, so we will try uploading another. We're either going to page images. Let's see if we can pull them from there. Okay, no. Okay, so it says it's too small. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do is we will try to upload a bigger image. Okay, so we're going to upload this one. Let's click out and click back in. I think it's really has some technical difficulties here. Okay, so what I had to do is refresh the page. And so when I did that, it's asking me, here is where you left off. I'm going to continue. Okay, so it's going to take me back to the carousel and hopefully it will let me upload these images. Okay, so it did let me upload. So we're going to just, okay, over that. And now we do see that there is a carousel. We want to remove this third one. And so we only want 2 carousel images. Okay, so here we can put the headline. So the headline is "We Do Baby Stuff!" Exclamation point. We also want to be sure to put something that's descriptive in this section. I usually don't put a description, just a headline, but if you want to put a description, you can. Another description or headline we could put is working to make parenthood more affordable. Here we can put "We do baby stuff." And actually, see, I play around with my headlines for marketing purposes. So we're going to put making parenthood more affordable, make it more concise. Now we are going to go to our shop page and get this link, because this is where we want people to land on. Go back here. We're going to copy and paste our link here. We're going to go to the first image and we're going to add a headline and the website. So let's go ahead and enter the website URL here and come up with a headline, a catchy headline. Okay, so we went ahead and I set up a Facebook pixel. A Facebook pixel is pretty much like a bot, a Facebook bot that you can install on your website that will pretty much keep track of all the data when people visit your site. And then that way you can retarget them later in another campaign or so on, things like that. Okay, now since we have our Facebook pixel set up, we want to make sure we turn it on. Okay, next you can go ahead and review your ad. Up here at the top, you can create your ad name. We're going to name it toilet paper. Actually, we're going to name it got toilet paper. Once you've reviewed everything, go ahead and actually select review first. And we see we have the campaign name, campaign objective, traffic, everything seems to look good. Gonna make sure the size, okay. All right, so once you review everything, you can select confirm. And if you don't have a payment method set up with your ad account, it will prompt you to do so. So just go ahead and fill that out there. So once we select confirm, we see that we are now back at the ads manager and our campaign is in review, and it's in review and it's scheduled to go out. And that is how you use Business Manager to create a Facebook ad campaign.